So we arrive in the Fortaleza airport and it's chaos. This freaking line with no line beginning and smells like sweaty ass European armpit. Worst kind of armpit. And then the worst thing that could happen, I had to take a poo. Little did I know, I was about to experience the only thing I would not like about Brazil so far. That is the dreaded Brazilian poo. So I go into the airport bathroom and there's these little stalls and I kind of already knew what I was in for and I was not looking forward to this. And I go into this tiny little stall and there's this tiny little trash can and you see the diameter of their toilets is really small. So you can't wipe your butt and flush the toilet paper. You have to wipe your butt and open this can that's overflowing with other people's poo toilet paper, and you gotta put it in there and it won't close because it's all full and overflowing. So you're like, oh, this is great. I got all these people's poo in this toilet can and oh, this is fantastic. You push it down, get your hand in people's poo, poo falling all over the place. And I'm just like, I just feel so violated by the sight of other people's poo. I'm just like, it can only get better from here. Got our crap, finally met the in-laws. Well, I finally met my in-laws. My wife already knew them because, you know, they're her family. I love how Brazilians, when they speak English, sound like surfer stoners. Hello, how are you, my friend? Great have you here, my friend. My brother-in-law then haggled over what appeared to be fuzzy monkey dicks and shaven elephant testicles, but would later turn out to be fruit. So we're driving through Fortaleza, looking at all these second world sites, which I love. This is why I love second and third world countries. It's like power lines where it's a cluster F of stuff and you know, it just takes one bird to explode to burn down the whole city and you're just like, man, it's like a puzzle of power lines everywhere and freaking people just walking in the middle of the highway and just cluster F of cars all honking and too hot and smoggy, little partitions in the freeway, and there were just like homeless people living there in the middle of this, like, imagine like downtown, the busiest city, and then there's like a little slice of land that's like 5 feet wide and there's families living in there. Such a trip. We're not in America anymore. Cool. I actually really like that. I don't know. I like to feel slightly unsafe when I travel, you know? We're now headed from the capital of Fortaleza to the small beachside town of Cumbuco, Brazil. No, it was a really cool drive though. Man, it was like dogs eating trash on the side of the road, tons of caramello dogs, cats and wild animals everywhere, and you got the rough dirt roads and the potholes, you know, and we're sitting there like families, you know, talking their Portuguese, and I'm just like, whew, freaking hot, sweating my ass off, breathing in the fumes of the car that needs probably a new catalytic converter. But it was cool. It was a cool, beautiful drive, and I was so stoked to arrive in the town of Cumbuco. Cumbuco, Brazil has wind tourism from around the world because it's such an ideal location to get hardcore wind gnar. Where the drive just got more rad and more second world with the potholes and the dirty streets and dogs wandering everywhere, people without their shirts and their big gut, their wheelbarrow. We've arrived at my in-laws' house to see my wife's family's home and her beloved family dog.
She gave me so many kisses already. So excited, I'm worried about her.
And we're on the second story overlooking this street, and some truck goes by and it's got a couple of women in the back wearing these really short skirts, and they've got these loudspeakers. And they're just like, compra, esta fruta na loja, da, da, da. And they're just like promoting fruit sales using these scantily clad women. And they're just like, and they're just going crazy right in front of the house, just loudspeaker blasting this, you know, compra esta fruta, muito barata, barata. You know, and you're just like, whoa, what the the heck is going on here? And my brother-in-law's like, oh, they see you're American and that's why they do this. So it turns out all I need to do is buy some fruit and those women will have sex with me. We continue driving around Cumbuco to check into our hotel. We're now headed back into downtown to a beachside restaurant where I'd have my first experience with bomb-ass Brazilian food and the awesome chillax vibe of Cumbuco Brazil.
Passa de vulco porque já tem que estar reservado tudo direitinho, mano. É possível, gente. Tá entendendo?
We're all at this beach bar. And you know, sand everywhere, a restaurant, and there's this stage, and then these people, and they're playing all these pop hits, and they're playing like, oh man, like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Oh, it was so cool. And then I got my first taste of Brazilian food. Oh my God, it's too good. The first thing I had, second thing, everything I had was like, brain exploded. The food and the drinks were just too good. And then the nostalgic American music began playing, and it brought tears to my eyes and warmed my soul. I was starting to love this small Brazilian town already and see why Brazil is so special.
Talvez devemos pedir uma bebida outra.
See, I told you. I think I'm getting a beer now.
Ah!
On the next episode, we get on buggies, go sandboarding, and I learn how to kite surf.